Welcome students. We have already started figures of speech part 1. We have learnt figures of speech may be categorized in 5 sections. Figure of speech on comparison, figure of speech on contrast, construction, sound and connection. Figure of speech on comparison and contrast we have done in part 1. Now part 2, figure of speech on construction, sound and connection. Let me start figures of speech part 2. Metonymy. Metonymy means a change of name. A significant characteristic feature is used in place of the name of the thing referred to. For example, you must address the chair. Here, explanation, the chair stands for a person in authority. Second example, the pen is mightier than the sword. Here, pen stands for writing, which is more powerful than fighting, which is denoted by a sword. Synecdoche is a figure of speech by which a part is put for the whole or the whole for a part. For example, many minds were puzzled about the disappearance of the statue. Here the word mind stands for the person. Second example, India won the cricket match against New Zealand. Here India and New Zealand stand for their respective cricket team. Interrogation. Interrogation is the making of a question, not for the sake of getting an answer, but to put a point more effectively. This figure of speech is also known as rhetorical questions because a question is asked merely for the sake of rhetorical effect. For example, who can challenge the will of God? Explanation, the fact that no one can challenge the will of God is emphasized by rephrasing the statement as a question. Exclamation, it is the emotional expression of ideas or feelings in words. For example, oh, how wonderful is the rain. The idea of the rain being wonderful is conveyed clearly. Climax. Climax is the arrangement of a series of ideas in the order of increasing importance. For example, I came, I saw, I conquered. It is arranged in the ascending order. Anticlimax. Anticlimax is the opposite of climax. Here ideas are presented in descending order of importance, higher to lower. For example, the soldier fights for glory and a shilling a day. It is in descending order from higher to the lower level of importance. Hyperbole. In hyperbole, a statement is made emphatic by overstatement. For example, the sun in heaven was shining gay. Explanation, the sun is shining brightly is exaggerated for poetic effect. Transferred epithet. In this figure, an epithet is transferred from its proper word to another that is closely associated with it in the sentence. For example, he passed a sleepless night. The epithet sleepless is transferred from the person to night. Tautology. Here words or expressions of similar meaning are used, mainly for emphasis, sometimes for eloquence. Example, pure unadulterated butter is available here. The meaning of the word unadulterated is already contained in the word pure. Repetition, a word or a phrase or a line which is significant is repeated for poetic effect. For example, no stir in the air, no stir in the ocean. The words no stir is repeated twice for poetic effect. Inversion. The normal order of the words is suitably rearranged for the sake of emphasis or rhyme. For example, one dreadful sound could the rover hear. Here correct order of the word is changed to get a poetic effect. Alliteration. Here there is a pleasant repetition of sound characterized by a letter or by a syllable. For example, the bubbles rose and burst around. Explanation. The alphabet B is repeated twice for poetic effect. Pun. Pun is a play on words having similarity of sound. For example, the lift has many ups and downs. The words ups and downs have two meanings. First, directional movement. Second, difficulties and problems. Here, both the meanings fit into the sentence. Hence, it is a pun. Onomatopoeia. Words expressing sound are used to dramatize the effect. Example, down sung the bell with a gurgling sound. The sound gurgling is highlighted for poetic effect.